Yo, what's up? We are back. Seahawks. Sports Talk with Jose Rodriguez. Congratulations, your team has done it. The Seahawks has won the Super Bowl again without Pete Carroll, without Beast Mode, without the Legion of Boom, and without Russell Wilson. They are back in the Super Bowl and won it. They rectified a wrong that they felt happened to them when Pete Carroll called the wrong play. This time they didn't let it come down to it. And we're here to go over all of it, because you won't believe what happened tonight. Oh, yes. Yeah, I know. Imagine having the under at risk and I'm the only one concerned. The whole fourth quarter, I was not stable at all. I mean, it's all kind of action going on around me. And I'm sitting there like, no. They're like, man, this under is crazy. You call this. Everybody congratulating me in 3 quarters. I'm like, no, we got a fourth quarter. The fourth quarter can get insane. No, they ain't gonna never score this many points. Dudes start getting relaxed. You've seen it happen many a times. Dudes relax, they kick back, and they say, well, we got the Super Bowl. And then next thing you know, another team starts scoring touchdowns. And then it looked like everything was going good till we got a sack fumble return for a touchdown. And I'm like, oh, hell no. I was screaming, tackle him. I'm looking at all the money go down the drain. So how you think that's going to make me feel? And if I got to sit there and look at that. So I said, all right, okay, I get it. I got to sweat for this. No, you don't, man. You got a 10-point lead. I'm like, do you realize what's happening here? I'm like, dude, that 10-point lead, it don't mean nothing. But this is too much time. Then they march down there, and then Drake may get that touchdown, but my goodness. Let's break down the whole game before I start going insane of all the stress levels that went on. I mean, we had some good moments that took place, and that is that. But let's kind of go through the events of the day. First of all, I did a prediction video right before the Super Bowl started, a whole hour. It was a quick video, about 20 minutes tops. And I just wanted to let everybody know my prediction and why I thought the game would go the way it did. And boy, was I right. Ooh, right as rain, wasn't I? I don't know how many rushing attempts Drake may have, but I told you that was a lock for him to have at least 6 run attempts. I told you Walker was the key. I called him the second. I meant to say the third in the video. But they were going to run the ball. And they're going to dare Drake May to put up points. And I told you I couldn't see that team scoring more than 2 touchdowns. They don't have that kind of offense. And Seattle is dominant. And their defense, New England defense, is underrated. I told you that. And as you can see, they showed you that they were holding up their end of the bargain. It's just that Drake May could not put up any points. And let me explain to you what was happening. At the start of the game, Mike Vrabel failed his quarterback. He was putting Drake May in a losing situation each and every time as quarterback. He's trying to make, thank you for the super chat, bro. He's trying to make Drake May the next Tom Brady. This is not Tom Brady, dog. You got to play to your strengths. Your quarterback is shaky, and you got to calm his nerves. He had a bad first series. Things were not going right. The team was getting frustrated, and you were only down like 9-0. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, dude, your defense is holding you. The offense has got to get going. And if you want them to get any confidence, you got to get confidence in your quarterback. Mike Vrabel need to go to his QB and say, hey, we got you no matter what. This team got your back. We believe in you. What you need to do is we need to open up this playbook. We're down 9-0. It's the Super Bowl. F it. People said we weren't even supposed to be here. Let's show them something. Let's open up this playbook. Let's get it going. If it ain't there, the first two reads, if the hole is open, take off. You should have did some QB RPOs to start the game, to get Drake May confidence, to get him boosted up, get some first downs. Now Seattle's got to think about the run-pass option. They got to, okay, we got to keep the spy home. You made it real easy for them. You made it extremely easy for them. Where do you want me to go? Jesus, go, dude. You're in a rush to go nowhere. Right, so they was in a run-pass option all night, right? Made it real easy. This dude's dropping back like he Tom Brady, knowing he only going to hit the tight end. He's not going to hit Diggs. He's not going to get hit at none of the wide receivers because he's going to be too scared to let it go. And as it got late, he was holding on to the ball too long. And that defense was going to collapse. They went away from the run with Stevenson. He should have been hitting Stevenson in the flat. Let him get some of that so they can give them different looks. Don't give them the obvious look. They could tell your setups is so remedial. They know when you're going to throw it to the back. They're like, okay, he's going to dump it off to the back, take away the options. He's going to throw it to the back, tackle the running back, and that's third down. It's so like, dude, I'm sitting at home and can call the New England Patriots plays. No, Gonzalez is a stud. For New England, Gonzalez is a stud. He played at Oregon. He's one of them ducks. I remember him. That's what I'm saying. Gonzalez is everywhere. Every time they went towards Gonzalez, I was surprised. They were lucky. Sam Darnold was lucky. Going after Gonzalez is crazy. That's crazy work. Gonzalez will embarrass you. Very winnable game if this was Tom Brady. I'll tell you that. Tom Brady would have picked that defense apart. Diggs would have had about 300 yards. Now, on the other end of the ball, why was Sam Darnold not successful when they were settling for field goals? Because they decided to stop giving the ball when it got tight, to stop giving the ball to number 3. Walking number 3 was like, hey, what's going on? Why Darnold now thinks he can pass? Because we're in a short yard situation. We're in a short field situation. Every time they get short field, they don't have enough space. The defense could collapse and get to Walker and take him out of the play. And then Darnold wants to try to throw a touchdown in the flat, but the guy has no coordination whatsoever. He just knew. They was like, look, Darnold, if it's not there, just don't screw the game up. Whoever screws the game up, whoever throws the turnover, we lose. Don't let that happen. It's all on you now. Don't let that happen, Darnold. Darnold was like, yep, Okay, I got it. Yes, sir, boss. And then he went right out there and did exactly that. Protected the ball. Made sure, okay, we're in field goal range. We good. Throw it away. He threw some dangerous ones, but New England didn't come up with them. They got some tips. They got pressure on Donald. Got him down a couple of times. But both sides was playing not to lose instead of trying to win. So if you're going to continuously play to not win the game, and you're going to play not to lose, the results are not going to go in your favor. It's just not. You start to think about it, right? And you start saying to yourself, what am I doing wrong? How come this person got X, Y, and Z and I don't have anything? What are they doing that I'm not doing? Are they guessing right? How are they guessing right and I'm just guessing wrong all the time? What's actually happening? Well, it's very simple. Of course, you have game managers as quarterbacks. This is why there was no big plays, no excitement. You don't have offense dominated or engineered play callers. You got game managers. And when you got game managers, that's all they want to do. They want to manage the game. Make sure we don't make any mistakes. Mistake-free football. We'll take one shot down the field, but no real risks. And both sides start doing that. If Walker wasn't breaking out, having these spectacular runs, Seattle wouldn't have had any points because Darnold couldn't make a throw. All he was going to do was hit the tight end, and on the other side of the ball, they were going to do the same damn thing. And it was like, whose team's going to make the mistake first? And we're keeping Darnold out of field goal range, and we're putting up points. So when we're kicking field goals, they got a donut. Everybody's like, this is the worst Super Bowl I've seen. Wasn't the worst Super Bowl, it was a great Super Bowl. It's starting to break out. Anything was better than the Patriots and Rams. As long as Brady got a ring, I didn't care. But they should have definitely had more points than what they did with Tom Brady as quarterback. I don't know what it is. Whenever there's a Super Bowl, people just lose control of their cars and go right off a cliff. And Sam Darnold proved to the New York Jets it wasn't him. Told you. The Jets thought they had somebody who was a real quarterback. It's like, no, you got to play to his strengths. You can build a defense around him, run some plays that's favorable, get him a running back that'll take pressure off of him. Make him make simple throws. Quit trying to make him go downfield. But it took all that losing with the Jets, getting broke up, injured, being young, going through that. That was his trial and error. So now when he went to the Vikings, he bounced around for a minute. But when he went to the Vikings, he was ready. By the time he got the Vikings job, he was ready. And the Vikings probably should have kept him. But they was like, well, I don't want to tie up all that money to Sam Darnold. Now we can let him go get his money. And he went to Seattle, and now they Super Bowl champions. So, again, Mike Vrabel, halftime is coming up. You're already down. Your team needs motivation. It's 4th and short. Seattle's not going to get anything extra. You could have went for that, Mike. That's one you could have went for and gave your quarterback a little bit of confidence. But you wanted to stay conservative and just keep it a thin line game. We're basically telling Seattle you have no faith in your quarterback. Seattle know when you're going to go deep. They had a spy back there the whole time just waiting. Everybody knew what they were going to do. They're like, what do we think? Do they think we're that stupid? Like, we don't know what they're running? They really believe that? It's like, yeah, they really think all are stupid. My mic is dead right now. Can you hear me at all? Wow. All right. I'm good now? Okay. All right, we golden. So right before the half, they don't even get aggressive. They play conservative. Mike Vrabel is first time coaching the Super Bowl. He's played in it, but never coached it. So here he is trying to go to close the show in the Super Bowl. What does he do? Screws up again, royally. And it's like, what are you doing, man? It's like, once again, he keeps making the same mistake over and over again, but expecting a different result. So the halftime comes, right? The halftime performance of Bad Bunny. And everybody in the world is waiting to see what he's going to do. I'm like, if he comes out in a dress, he should be arrested on sight. Now, so Bad Bunny comes out and does a performance in which the majority of people in the United States, where the Super Bowl is, didn't understand a lot of it. Like, we could pick up what they was trying to say in the video. He's trying to say, we are all inclusive. We are all Americans. That's the message. And I'm thinking, man, they gave him a bigger budget than they gave Kendrick Lamar. I'm like, good Lord. They're like, they spent $80 million on this. That thing like it went on forever. And I mean, they had everything in there. Mexican boxing. You had the guy out there making drinks. It was the most incredible thing the world has seen. This was gonna break the internet. Mill, what's up? Member for 2 months. I cut the halftime off. I didn't. I saw the message. He said it was Dr. Manhattan. What's up, Uncle Claude? And I'm like, my goodness. I'm like watching the halftime show and I'm seeing it. And I see it how it pertains to like everybody. It's all inclusive. You're having like all of these cultures in there. I saw a black girl in there. She was hanging out with the Latinas. Then you got, I seemed like I saw 2 dudes dancing on each other by the car. I'm glad they didn't really focus the camera on that. Then somebody else pointed it out and was like, look, 2 dudes are dancing. So I guess at another point, I was watching, you know, the rest of the show. I didn't see him, but I guess he was down by a corner dancing on another dude. And I was like, I missed that. And then they was like, did y'all see Cardi B? I was like, hey, so many of these chicks look like Cardi B. I didn't know if that was Cardi B or not. But it looked like Cardi B was just sitting there. Because I guess she's at the Super Bowl because Stephon Diggs, you know, she's one of the baby mamas. So she's sitting over there by the booth like, yeah. And then while she's sitting by the booth, you got Jessica Alba. I saw Jessica Alba standing right there next to her like, I'm Latina. So it was just like, hey, I got the message and I understood what they were doing. And everybody's like, Trump's gonna be real mad. I'm like, the conservatives can try what they want. Trump is done now. That Instagram post just sealed it. He's done. So now, anyway, this was like dancing on the grave. So this was a whole peaceful showing the love, showing a marriage. And I'm like, is he marrying her to get in the country? I'm like, what message is it? I can't understand what they're saying. Is he marrying her to get legal? I'm like, oh no, ISIS surrounded the Super Bowl. Uh-oh, they coming in there. I'm like, I don't know if some of these people are legal. They better march them out the back and get them back on the plane. Yeah, it was nuts. They were like, we couldn't understand them. Hell, I don't understand Donald Trump. So I guess we all equal. We all even. We don't understand what in the world Trump be doing. I'm like, I don't even understand why you would do that, homie. They had another thing on. He said TPUSA. Oh, is that what Kid Rock? Is that the thing where Kid Rock was supposed to be on there? When she's got the hateful, racist Kid Rock. And it's weird because Kid Rock was the one that was coming out like, yo, man, I'm cool with all the blacks, bro. All the blacks in Detroit, man, they love me. It's amazing how quickly they change. Oh yeah, Kid Rock used to pimp women in Detroit. This is somebody you got on your show, and you're bringing out Kid Rock, a guy who used to date an underage girl, pimping girls in Detroit. And he brags about it in his music. That's Kid Rock. Kid Rock was rock rap. They never liked Kid Rock. Toby Keith was their guy. They hated Kid Rock. Those real country singers couldn't stand Kid Rock. My name is Kid. They hated him. He was the younger generation. They liked him. The older guys and the older conservative guys, I don't like him. It Toby Keith out there. We don't need Kid Rock. Now they in here calling for Kid Rock. See, it shows you how they operate, right? Yeah, you know I had to get stylish for the Super Bowl. Uh-oh. I'm hitting these speed traps. And they letting you know you getting into rich people territory. That was the announcement. Slow down, you in rich people land. I never take this way home. This is about Michael Jordan's house. Yeah, you heard that? He letting you know. Yeah, I'm right by MJ crib. But I'm going to go out and kick it tonight. I ain't going home. Let me go straight. Continue straight. We good. Yeah, I would pass MJ crib to go home, but forget that. I don't want to see MJ house. It's just mouth. Bob Mike crib. Yep, Mike house is over there. Right behind that spa. And this is where Michael Jordan would go. It's now a dealership. This is the Genesis now. It used to be the Lexus, but now it's Genesis. And he would go there to basically have a courier service. They would work for celebrities in the neighborhood. They would call them up, get them to do favors for them. No, I think they're Airbnb-ing it now. They're going to make it like a museum. The guy who bought it don't know what to do with it. He's just losing money. But he the one bought it like an idiot. He tried to do the Airbnb, that didn't work, so now he's trying to do tours. So I'm like, dude, none of these people are going to be able to afford to Airbnb Michael Jordan's house. All right, nobody's finna spend $100,000 for no damn weekend to stay at Mike's, unless they got those kind of means. You know what I'm saying? So no, I wouldn't do it ever. Even with the means, I'm gonna be in there tearing shit up. So anyway, back to where we are here with the the game and what it means to people. By the third quarter, right, they come back out of halftime. Everybody's like, okay, they're going to be ready to go. It's the same old, same old. They're not being aggressive. Mike Vrabel is still trying to run remedial plays. No run pass options for Drake May. Let your quarterback be free. Cut the rope off him and let him go. You're in the Super Bowl. You need something to turn the tides, some type of play to get your quarterback interested. He's down on himself. The receivers are not, they're losing faith in him because he's losing faith. Nobody's reassuring him. He's a young kid. He needs a coach that understands what it is he's doing. Vrabel is just worried about the defense. And you need somebody who's an offensive coordinator who's going to come over there, or the head coach is going to get over there and get behind this guy and say, hey, look, we got you. We know you're struggling right now, but we got you. Go out there and be you. But we got your back. He needed that. And he needed it that night. And he needed it in the third quarter. When you came out there and you pushed the donut and y'all didn't block and protect the quarterback, and you get the guy sacked and he's got to throw the ball, he almost threw a pick six. You're not helping him. You're crushing him. I was saying it over and over again. I said, look, this is just what it is. Nobody here really gets it or understands it. Seattle knew, run the ball. They're watching how New England's playing and saying, okay, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. They're creating holes because the defensive line is on the field all day. And the longer they're on the field, they're going to start to break. And then right away, you see Walker the third. Boom, 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 boom. There's the hole. Boom, 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 boom. Another hole. Bad Bunny dissed LeBron. Hey, I don't know if he did, but if he dissed LeBron, I'm all for it now. I'm buying his record. They're gonna be, you don't understand what he's talking about. I don't know, but hey, una manera, boy, que la mexicano. Hey, Puerto Rico. I'm Bad Bunny. I'll be all right, Bad Bunny. That's my jam. Play that part about LeBron again. As long as he ain't come out there in a dress, I'm okay. I don't care what he did. But that's crazy. I mean, oh, we'll talk about that in a minute, the TPUSA crap. But no, in the third quarter, they had an opportunity. They were down 2 scores. It's 12-zip. And you look at the sideline, they're like, oh, God. They're only down 2 touchdowns. But you can't start, you can say, hey, we're still only down 2 scores. Defensive, way to go. You've held us on. Oh, you better pay Gonzalez. Gonzalez earns his money. That guy ain't going nowhere. You let Gonzalez hit the market, you a fool. Everybody know about Gonzalez from Oregon. The whole talk was the Bears would have beat Seattle. We would have beat them because we would have got to Darnold. We're the number one NFL team in turnovers. We would have got those turnovers. And Caleb Williams would run on them. He would take off. No, I think, and ultimately, just being realistic, I think at the end of the day, the people who fumbled the opportunity the most, who I felt let everybody down, was the actual, like, I would say, Mike Vrabel. I mean, Mike Vrabel really cost him. It wasn't Drake May's fault. Drake May is young. It's his first Super Bowl. He's nervous. His stomach is a mess. He's frustrated. He's not playing well. He's missing throws. His receivers are definitely not helping him. And he's like, he needs a moment. You know, just somebody to come over and say, hey, kid, we got you. Don't worry. We got you. We can win this thing. We only want 2 scores down. Don't even worry about it. We just got to get a first down. That's all you think. 10 yards. 10 yards. 10 yards. We got plenty of time. So all we thinking is 10 yards. How we get 10. How we get 10. How we get 10. Next thing you know, touchdown. You know, we got to get 10. That's all we thinking about. Let's keep it at 10. Drake May got so scared, I swear to God, because he couldn't trust the pocket anymore. Those guys are getting tired, and they're getting worn down, and he's back there, so he's holding the ball because he's afraid to make a mistake. And that's when you make a mistake. So when the ball got punched out and they got the first turnover of the game, you know, and he was just deflated. Now it's like, okay, we got to force this guy to throw now. So after the third quarter, it's just like you're grinding them like brakes. All of a sudden, we get to the fourth. It's 19-0 in the fourth quarter. Everybody like, your 4.5 is covered. I'm like, I ain't caring about that. I'm caring about the over-under. They was like, dude, it's 19. I'm like, dude, it's the fourth quarter. I done seen so many crazy things happen in the fourth quarter. Are you serious right now? You know how this thing works. This is football. And sure enough, 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. 28 points in the fourth quarter. Right, they brought Josh McDaniels back, and they really didn't open up the offense for Drake May to get the respect of Seattle's defense. To get them boys up off of him, you got to let him throw the ball. They were okay with sending a corner blitz. They were being very disrespectful to him because they just like, we dare you to throw into our defense. And he was scared to do that. And it was going back and forth. And it continuously was going the same direction over and over again. Right. I mean, look, he ain't Mac Jones, you know. Mac Jones just wanted to throw the ball a lot, and they wouldn't allow it to him. You know, they were like, nope, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. They were like, to pass sometimes, coach. So Mac Jones was not feeling it. But Drake May, you know, he's a good Christian kid. You know, he's just a nice kid, period. It's just that he's engulfed in a situation that's greater than himself. So he's gonna have to figure it out one day, you know. Might not be today, but one day he's gonna have to figure it out. Oh no! Once the fourth quarter opened up and they got to the lead, the big lead, and all of a sudden a fight breaks out. Diggs grabs one of the defenders, because they wanted to fight him at the beginning of the game. Diggs is just talking crazy. So the guy from Seattle, they was like, dude, we will match you energy for energy. Diggs grabs his helmet and won't let it go. So the guy swung back, popped Diggs in the helmet, punched him. Then everybody jumping on Diggs, and I'm loving it. And no flag was thrown. I was like, oh yeah, they saw it was Diggs. It's like, oh yeah, the hell with Diggs. There you go, refs. Let them play. It's the Super Bowl. Punches were thrown, and no flag came out. They just let Diggs get worked up. That's how you knew it was up. Oh, I knew the NFL. The NFL, for some reason, does not like the Patriots. You know, they don't like Robert Kraft, they don't like Belichick, and they don't like Brady. Now, they kept them out of the Hall of Fame. How you keep Robert Kraft? And I just like, man, you keep the coach? And I was like, that's because he got a young girl. They don't want this little 19, 20-year-old bouncing around with the head coach. They're gonna be Belichick. Where's your wife? Here's my little girl right here. Hey, look at her go. Is that your daughter? No, man, that's my babe. Can't have a woman old enough to be my wife. That just wouldn't make any sense. If they cheated, then they would take them out of the history books. Does it say, oh, Spygate, we got to take away your championships? No. This is a bad precedent the NFL is setting. Because if they tell Tom Brady he's not first ballot, all hell will break loose. But I think they did that because they want Brady, all of them to go in together. Belichick, Brady, and Robert Kraft, they're all going to go in together. So they probably told him that. Like, all three of you are going in together with Tom. That is why I think they're going to do it. Because there's no way in hell you can say Tom Brady ain't first ballot Hall of Fame. If you do that, you have definitely shamed the game. No, so Seattle got laxed. And then they got a touchdown and they start getting relaxed like we won the Super Bowl. Next thing you know, New England comes down and scores a touchdown. And now I'm pissed because we had back-to-back touchdowns now. And then my buddy's still telling me, man, you got it. I'm like, oh, I don't have it. My buddy's over here. There's girls around here. There's strippers. There's all kind of stuff going on around me. And I'm just like, and he's, you got it. I'm like, we don't got it. Stripper, you want to dance? No. I need this game to be over. okay, I'll leave. Thank you. Now, I need this game over. Man, I would still be there with the strippers if I was there caring about the strippers. I was caring about my money. The one was like, can I do something for you? I'm like, yes. If you can go on that TV right there and make that clock go to 0, you don't even gotta dance. I'll just hand you these singles. Every single I got in my pocket. It belongs to you now. Seattle knew once we get a big lead, all we got to do is basically play prevent. It's like a cover 2 prevent. Now they're giving up everything underneath. But here we go, right? You got the ball back. And you got the ball back. 2 touchdowns. I mean, no, not 2 touchdowns, but 2 timeouts. Right? You finally opened the playbook up and let him get the ball downfield. And look what happened. You got success. But they were in a prevent defense. It wasn't the same defense as before. They're pretty much playing deep. So, anyway, Diggs is able to catch a pass now. You know, it's loose. So they basically want to use you to, you know, run up the clock or run out the clock. So, all of a sudden, they get the ball back. These stupid idiots go like 3 and out, still trying to pass the ball instead of running it. Then when they do run it, they're running out of bounds. It's like, fool, time is on your side. Why are you going out of bounds? So anyway, these idiots end up getting a sack fumble, and they returned it for a touchdown, which really pissed me off because now we're getting closer to the over. It's 10 points, and they're like telling me to relax. Then, of course, New England gets a touchdown when I thought he crossed the line of scrimmage, and then he just tossed the ball. The guy catches it, goes in, and then they screw up the 2-point conversion. So that's done. And after that, now, instead of them completing that, everything seems copacetic, right? Wrong. You know what happens right after that? Something very peculiar happened. All they got to do is run out the clock. Seattle breaks free for a touchdown. And thank God they called a holding on an unnecessary hold. The guy was already through the hole. And the guys decide he gets the holding call after he's gone already. Walker the third was gone. I was hoping he'd just slide down, take a knee, don't score. He scored, but thank God it was a flag. I'm holding, bring it back. And he called holding on number 61, and that made my day. I was, oh, thank you. And they get the ball back with like 2:20 something to go. You got the 2-minute warning. 2 touchdowns, 2 timeouts, and you had the 2-minute warning. You used all your timeouts. You get the ball back. You have no timeouts now, 2 minutes. Let's at least get a touchdown if you're Mike Vrabel, right? What does Mike Vrabel do? The ball is like on their own 4. Mike Vrabel draws up a play to throw it 5 yards. I said, is he a fucking idiot? I love it. Then he throws it another 5 yards. Then the next play, he throws it another 3 yards. Then I said, what? This is the worst 2-minute offense I have ever seen. I was so elated because I knew they're not going to get anywhere. He did all this to get to the 50-yard line with like 12 seconds to go. It was the worst ran 2-minute offense I have ever seen. Vrabel, it was the worst 2-minute offense. He had them looking like the Tennessee Titans. I said, oh my God, this guy don't know what he's doing. Who's calling these plays for Drake May with a 2-minute drill? We got to throw the ball deep. We can't sit here and dump first play right in the middle. Are we serious right now? We have no attempt to score. Then, of course, by the time he throws it deep, there's nobody there waiting for him but Patriots. I mean, Seahawks, and they pick the ball off. They run the ball back up. You know, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. Absolutely terrible. It don't matter about the game being over. My over-under wasn't over. I needed a tackle, and I needed it to happen right then and there. This fool didn't even get out of bounds. So all they had time for was one play, and they threw a dump play in the middle, and the guy got tackled, and that was the game. It's like they just gave up. I'm like, dude, if we gonna lose throwing the last play in the end zone. We not finna do that. I don't care if it gets picked. We going to the end zone. It's a go route. Everybody get to the end zone. I thought the game was very entertaining. In the fourth quarter, you got like 4 touchdowns. The game started opening up in the fourth quarter. So if you like defense and you like football, then yeah, it was a very interesting game. Nobody was getting anything easy. I mean, for casuals who just like to see scoring, then yeah, you might say it was boring, but not for me. I know people that said the Bucks and Chiefs game was boring. I'm like, for who? One for me. That was the first time the Chiefs ain't really been in it, and I don't know how long. Every Super Bowl normally had the Chiefs in it. It was just so good to see them sit down somewhere. Yeah, now that was a team people were tired of seeing. And after that celebration in Kansas City, I'm like, oh, they ain't winning again. That was their last go. They had a rally down there and somebody started shooting and stuff. Oh, it was like, oh no, that's done. KC is done. Go back to making barbecue. It's all over. Mahomes' daddy back in jail. He just can't help himself. Next thing you know, Patrick Mahomes gonna be out there with his daddy, hanging out, getting drunk, doing drugs. Come on, Pat. Help these old. Man, Kelsey gonna probably play one more year, then sit his butt down, and then he gonna realize how much people don't care about him. Like, I don't know why they keep trying to hype him up like he'll be missed. Like, though, you're not Gronk. Okay, Gronk proved he was the better tight end than you. When y'all went up against each other in that Super Bowl, Gronk walking around with 2 tutties. He putting up yards. You were not Gronk. You have no testosterone. You are small ballage. Gronk was Gronk. He would knock out a linebacker, everything, block, you're just soft. Kelsey just soft, getting hit. He was just, they were focused on everybody else. Tyreek Hill, and he would just open up. They was worried about the cheetah. Nobody was worried about your fat ass. They start putting him on a pedestal. Travis Kelce is like one of the best ever. You know, Chris Collinsworth, you know, he's just horrible. He's the world's ultimate glazer. His Josh Allen glazing is just next to legendary Josh Allen. The way he just throws the football. You mean throws it to the opposition? Yeah. Well, you can't really blame that on him. Yeah, we can. His last name is Allen. He's on the Buffalo Bills. He fumbled the ball. The other team got it. Oh, yeah, Aaron Rodgers. Oh, man, when he glazed a quarterback, look out. Collinsworth is gone. When he got his quarterback, that's it. Aaron Rodgers is just the best thrower of the football, like, ever. If you ever need anybody to throw the football just so accurately, just look at the way Aaron Rodgers does. I mean, just glaze. 24/7, and if they have a terrible night, maybe he was 1 of 37 tonight for 12 yards, 7 sacks. Yeah, he had a rough night. He didn't get a lot of support out there. The O-line was bad. Everyone was bad collectively. Some of those throws he wished he could have had back. Some of those throws the receivers should have caught. We all know, sitting here, knows that Josh Allen is not a 1 for a 19 passer. You know, we all know that. He's one of the best guys that ever did it, and even some of the greats have had off nights where things just didn't go well. And this just happens to be chalked up one of those nights. Take nothing away from Josh Allen. Burger was better. Because Burger was tough. He was bigger, stronger, tougher than Aaron Rodgers. You got one guy that wants to wear women underwear and another guy wants to rip it off without permission. So, the Steelers. I think the Chicago Bears has let everybody know, put them on notice that they're ready for the Super Bowl. So next year, Chicago Bears, the odd makers now, they won't be laughing at me when I bet money that the Bears make it to the Super Bowl. They're going to go, well, good bet. They could possibly make it. Everyone's put on notice now, so there's no surprising people no more now. They know Bears are coming. What would I change if I'm New England? Like, what did they need to do? Be aggressive. I mean, I don't think they needed an extra player. Stevenson's a great running back. They just didn't do what they supposed to do. They was too conservative. They should have opened up the playbook. Well, New England wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Bo Nix breaking his foot. We're not even talking about that team. You realize that? New England is at home. To me, it was a no-brainer to make that bet because they're not a team that put up a lot of points. Even they don't put up a lot of points in the playoffs. The New England Patriots wasn't blowing teams out in the playoffs. They were barely putting up points. So they were just trying to manage the game. And you're not going to beat a team. You're not going to beat a team like Seattle just trying to manage the game. That defense is not going to allow you to do any of it. They're going to say, oh, you just want to manage the game with us? Okay. That's what you want to do. We'll tell you how we're going to counter that. Yeah, they get you each and every time, don't they? Each and every time.
You're not out here, man.
Hey!
Seattle, motherfucker.
Yeah, I win again. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I just hoping that you were here.
All right. I thought Jason was here.
He's in the back
He's in
smoking.
the kitchen.
In the kitchen?
Smoking.
Oh.
He's not fucking major. $300 in store. Get back to her A&E, 300. And for 160, I'm like $600 on the head. I played down to nothing.
Oh,
So I walked away. I went to that Pokemon show in Gurnee at the 10, whatever the.
Oh, you
hotel.
took the kids?
Not me, my Emery went.
Oh, okay.
So I
Cool.
sold like 15 cards, $890.
$890
For 15 cards I had. And I got a whole book full cards.
Oh, man,
Well,
dude.
some of the cards I had was like $500, $1,000, $2,000 cards.
Yeah.
The guy's like, I'll give you $3,000 for this card, but I'm gonna pay you a Venmo. It's like, I don't have Venmo, man. How do I do this? Like, I don't know how to do that. Like,
You
show
better
me how to do
download it. If he gonna give you $300
$300
for a card.
$3,000 for the card. The cards are the holographic ones, like at stage 1.
Oh, my.